It's an important day here at WFXR and for our parent company, Nexstar. It's Founders Day, and our entire team is out volunteering at Feeding Southwest Virginia. That's where we find WFXR's Jermaine Farrell, and we're helping to kind of sort through all of the donations at a time when the nonprofit is really helping more and more families in need. Jermaine.
Well, good afternoon, Brandon. It has been a fun morning being out here, working here, volunteering our time with Feeding Southwest Virginia. Of course, it is the initiative. It is our Founders Day with our parent company of Nexstar, Founders Day of Caring. And for the last few years, we spent a lot of time here at Feeding Southwest Virginia, part of our Hunger to Hope initiative, which is big. And joining me right now, one of the workers here at Feeding Southwest, Miss Emma O'Neill. And first of all, Emma, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for being here. We can't do it without our volunteers, and we're so excited you all are here with us today.
You know, the thing is, there's been such a need over recently. Just, you know, there's a lot of families are doing without food and all that. From your perspective, how valuable are you guys here in your services? Because we've seen it firsthand. You all do a lot here to help. And of course, today we volunteered here and we did a lot of stuff there.
Yes, this is so important to us and the impact we have on the community. We work with over 400 feeding partners across Southwest Virginia, and they provide meals, food options to various members of our community, and it is so important here to provide that food. We have 1 in 7 neighbors are facing food insecurity, and we work very hard to close that gap and make sure everyone has a meal.
That's cool. And of course, today we volunteered and you saw us in action.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm sure we're watching some video of that right now. The work here at WFXR we did. We're going to be here all day long working. If you could give us a grade, Miss Emma, how you think we did?
I would say an A+, definitely an A+. Just you all were smiling, laughing, having a great time, but also giving back to the community and doing vital work for our Feeding Southwest Virginia. We couldn't do what we do without our volunteers. So we are so incredibly thankful, and we would give you guys an A+ for sure.
Hey, I think we'll take it and run to the bank with that. And it's pretty neat because, you know, as you're watching some of it, you know, for us to, you know, sort the food, make sure the food is accurate. And we got word today that, you know, we processed 6,000 pounds just this morning of food. I mean, yep. That's a lot, and it obviously is a big help for you all here with if you don't have enough volunteers and all that, but to process that much was impressive.
It is very impressive to us, and we're so thankful for you and for all of your crew doing this with us. That will go into our storehouse, and then feeding agencies will be able to pick that up, and then that will go to our neighbors. So we couldn't do it without our volunteers, and we're so thankful. 6,000 pounds is something to be very proud of.
Now, real quick, if someone wanted to come out and volunteer and help Feeding Southwest Virginia, what can they do?
So they can do all different things. It is summer, so we have a children's summer feeding programs, and so they can they can come with us to libraries and they can hand out food to our youngest neighbors. It's an exciting opportunity, and they can be here in our warehouse doing cleaning and then also inspecting and quality assurance to that food. They can always go to feedingswva.org and they can volunteer. We have a lot of different volunteer opportunities, and we love it.
Good deal. Well, Miss Emma O'Neill, thank you so much for your time. You're awesome. And of course, it's been a joy and a pleasure to be out here. We're going to be out here all day long, and we're going to help Feeding Southwest Virginia because it's so important to help those in need, especially those who need a meal. Reporting from Feeding Southwest Virginia with Emma O'Neill, lacrosse player. By the way, she played big-time lacrosse. I'm Jermaine Farrell, WFXR News. Back to Brandon and Kara and the whole crew, the awesome crew that does stuff in the mornings and in the afternoons back there in the studio.
All right, Jermaine, thanks. We're going to check back in with Jermaine in about a half hour or so.
Well, just know if you're going to be outside for today, definitely